Hello and welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Time of London. Links to donate can be found below the stream. Would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. And now, it's time for a very special experience that is Mega Man The Wily Wars by Jokaah. Good luck and take it away.
Hello. I wish I didn't have to play this, to be honest, but here we are. This is the best concept of a Mega Man game done horribly wrong, in my opinion. So, time will start when I select Wily Tower here, and after that there's gonna be a place where I choose all the weapons, and I believe top spin one, so I'm gonna select that. All good. We do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Try to select weapons.
First boss of the game, hardest boss of the game. Weapon select screen at the very start.
Oh, we almost made it. Almost.
It's kind of sad because you're going to see that screen basically before every stage, and Wily Tower gives you the ability to switch weapons and kind of maximize your benefits and use it however you see fit. The sad part about this is Jokaah's actually not going to switch weapons between any stages. He's going to pick the loadout in the first stage that is going to be best suited for the entirety of the run, and that's about that.
Yeah, and another really sad thing about this game is that there's no fast weapon switch, which means, like in most other Mega Man games, that I'm gonna limit my weapon usage as much as possible, because the pause screen takes forever. So there's a lot of damage boosting in this game.
Yeah, sadly it's worse off in Wily Tower because the other games in Wily Wars don't have that exact same issue, because a lot of them utilize the pause menu just strictly for damage canceling, because it cancels Mega Man's knockback. It does the same thing in Wily Tower, but with the menu being so long, you actually minimize the usage of it. You see Jokaah just used it there and switching to hard knuckle, so he'll use it in any chance that he can that he has to switch weapons, but
I tried to do a glitch there, it's fine. Like, it saves 4 seconds, you can kind of enter the boss and have control while it's like filling up his health. You can't kill him like in other Mega Man games, but that's possible, but it's still much faster. Alright, so Buster Rod stage is one of the more scary stages, because you use Magnet Beam throughout the entire stage. So I'm glad that's over. Magnet Beam in this game is terrible compared to the NES game. Pretty much whenever I talk during this run, I'm gonna complain about this game, so I'm gonna let Stricer talk as much as possible.
So we're on to we're basically what I call Green Hill Zone, if you look at the background. Yeah, the Magnet Beam is terrible in the fact that it takes a lot of time for the Magnet Beam to actually extend, so it makes it hard to utilize because you're committing a lot of time to doing it. But it does have the neat benefit that we're going to see here hopefully shortly. And you saw what Andy did with Mega Man 1 and the Magnet Beam. What you're going to see Jokaah do here is attempt a full screen wrap. So you can basically move into the screen above the one that you're in, and then you continue above and beyond that. So what he did is he grabbed the ladder so far off screen that it put him on the screen above that. is the best way I can describe that.
I mean, it's exactly what happens. So you see here, like, you get huge boosts by grabbing the ladders off screen.
It's really funny because, like, where an NES game is apt to screen wrap Mega Man's position, and something that you can see in the NES titles, this actually maintains his position off screen regardless of how high you go, which I think is kind of funny.
And you can see everything lags in this game. Like, it's very, very laggy. Oh, ow. which is unfortunate. If it was just a little bit better optimized, it would have been more fun. Up there I go again.
For those that want to try it in a lag-free environment, I mean, emulator is definitely rid yourself a lot of the lag, but there's also the Genesis Mini version, which doesn't have it. It still has the excessively long time between finishing stages and teleport out, which isn't lag, it's just there, I guess. But
I didn't take damage. There we go. Ow. Okay, so this is the Rush Coil stage. It's the only stage we use Rush Coil, and we use it throughout the entire stage, hopefully. Because it's, again, it's faster than switching back and forth, even though Magnet Beam and Rush Jet would have been faster in some sections. The fact that you can get boosts off screen is much more valuable here.
yeah, I guess that's the second sad piece about the weapon menu being so long, is not only can you not use it for as much damage boosting purposes, but you can't maximize your weapons as efficiently, because in most cases it's just not worth swapping.
Okay, I'm just gonna kill these guys because I took an extra hit in the beginning.
Pretty sure they died a one hit with top spin, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna use fire on the boss. So about top spin, so my initial idea for the weapon select bid war was actually that you were able to select all my weapons, but that's very bad. I realized very quickly. So I let you select one that I was gonna try and beat a boss with, and then I discovered that it's actually impossible to beat a boss in this game with top spin, because it does 0 damage to everything except Wily Capsule, and you can't really hit Wily Capsule with it without dying first. So instead, with top spin, I'm gonna use it throughout an entire stage, which will be Wily 3. And I hope that's good enough.
I'm really confused by this boss, because their definition of making him difficult was they put in spike walls, which the one behind him you should never ever really be able to hit, because you're gonna run into him first, and they just gave him a second health bar. He still takes like a ton of damage.
He starts jumping after a while. I've tried to buster him only.
I've never seen that battle far enough into it to know what he does beyond just shooting shots at you from the right side of the screen.
Here's the one big trick in this game. Okay, we're good. That's like very difficult because of how jank the Magnet Beam is. Now we'll take the alternate route here, thanks to Crash Bomb. God, it's so laggy.
Yeah, that screen wrap that you just did was, I would say, probably the more difficult of the ones. The one earlier was much easier. It's kind of like 2 big full jumps.
Yeah, because you're in water. But here you have to do 6 or 7 Magnet Beam jumps off screen, which is it's not like the NES version where you can. It's very jank in this. I can just describe it like that. Also, this is the first time we see Rush Jet, I think, and one neat thing with Rush Jet is that if you take damage while riding on it, you get a small boost, which is usually not worth it, but if something is in your way anyway, you can just ram through it. Okay.
Have you decided which stage you're going to use top spin in?
Yes, Wily 3. Okay, it's very important that I land in the middle here, like that I touch the middle platform that's not a spring after I kill the boss, because it saves 7 seconds. Because he teleports out 7 seconds faster if you stand in the middle. It's a wonderful, good optimization.
Did you figure that out? Is that what that actually is? Because I know you were having a big debate as to where all this extra lag and time loss is coming from. That's a thing?
Yep. If you stand on the spring, it's just too much to handle for the game.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out. You were getting real frustrated by it.
Yep. Okay, this is the best music in the game, most happy music, and it's the most terrifying stage. Because in the Wily stages there are no checkpoints before the boss corridor. And you use a lot of weapon energy. Ow. Again, if you jump on Rush Yet in this version, you save energy as well.
He despawns automatically. Like, you can go off screen, but if you go too far off screen, he actually despawns automatically and he'll drop you down.
So you can only get a small boost with Yet.
Wily War's dog's superior on the basis that they don't have that invisible barrier that makes you have to kill them anyways.
They still work. It still works to use flash on them, but there's very limited use of flash in this version. So spark on this boss. And this boss has a glitch, which I'm not entirely 100% sure how it works, but sometimes you can hit him even in his like invulnerable phase.
Yeah, what I've been able to determine is basically as long
Oh
as
my god, that's the worst. This is like the only RNG in the game as well. Dude, this guy doesn't want to play. Calm down! Oh, the Nudura boss.
And it's double to make it worse.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna kill him with the Elec.
Yeah, so the way this
that's the trollest I've ever seen.
The way that it works in terms of how you can glitch him out basically is if he's in iframes when he enters his invulnerability period. So like if you shoot him with a shot and he's flashing and then he goes in the period where his eyes disappear and he's invulnerable for that duration, you can continue to be able to hurt him. There's a very, very similar and smaller version in Wily Wars Mega Man 3 that you can do on Dockwood. But that's essentially how it works. I don't know why it works, but that's how it works.
Okay, top spin stage. Alright, didn't die on the first screen. That's good. I'll take damage from the hammer, because it does less damage. And top spin is actually really good on the stage. Just kind of destroys most things. And then you can do this. Hopefully.
That's it.
There we go. That's a little bit tight. Sometimes you die when you try that. It's just this screen that's... Yeah. Damn it. Oh, now we get to see everything again. Just that screen is kind of rough with top spin.
So strange that you zip left in Wily Wars. Like, anyone that's accustomed to seeing Mega Man zips would see them, and he's always going to the right, just by how the games are built. But yeah, Wily Wars, for some reason, anytime you do zip, which is few and far between, there's a couple of them, it does make you zip to the left for some reason. So that's just maybe the way that they programmed him to eject out in terms of emergency situations, but...
Can I jump in, or is it a bad time?
You can jump in.
Alright.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can jump in now. It's fine. It should be fine.
I'll try. I'll do my best not to screw anything. We have $30 from Bitrutic saying, "Tuck, great stream and great cause." And we also have an anonymous $100 donation. Thank you very, very much for that. And remember that we still have one open incentive, which is a bonus Super Mario 64 run by Simply, and we are almost halfway there. So keep donating and keep pushing your donations towards that incentive. Thank you very, very much.
This is all your fault. I blame you for selecting top spin. We're fine. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it eventually. Might take a couple of attempts. Or good drops.
Grabbing that E-tank. Should we really be in an emergency case?
I mean, if I'm just gonna game over and get refills. So. Health. Where's all the health refills? Oh, there's some.
It gave you a big weapon drop there too last time.
Stop! Oh my god. Okay, now we somehow have to kill this guy. I don't really know. I normally never kill. Okay. Okay. Whoop! Alright. Well, that was exciting. Most exciting stage into the least exciting boss fight and the most laggy one. Like you can see how slow this health bar is. Feeling
Love, by the way, that you got the glitch into this boss, which actually has no benefit or serves no difference because it freezes you anyways.
Also, this is like a testament to how well optimized this game is. And look how long it takes me to teleport out.
I buy death bubbles. For some reason, they had to do the big scrolling background on top of that too. Like, you know, that's just
there we go,
bogging the whole system down, and they just decided that they needed that. They needed that for that boss arena.
All right, so now for the most butt-clenching moment in this entire run, the last Wily fight. So, optimal strats, or well, my optimal strats. I'm gonna fight him with 1 HP, so that's always fun. At least I have 1 extra life. I somehow took damage. I think I'm fine. We'll find out. Took damage from the wrong thing, but I think everything does the same in this stage. Oh yeah, Proto Man is smaller. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, no, I figured they would use the same model, but he's tiny.
So there's 3 phases, and there's a big cycle skip in the first phase.
So in case you guys didn't know, the final boss of Wily Wars is Dr. Robotnik.
Okay, got it. That saves like a lot of time. And now I have 1 HP. And this is so janky.
Yeah. I never trust those platforms.
Okay. No, not top spin. Not top spin. Not doing that.
It's the incentive.
I died for the incentive. And time. I'm done. I don't have to play this game anymore.
Very small optimization at the end. You saw he was firing off to the left to make sure that the electric bullets left the screen as soon as possible so you could fire again. GG.
I wasn't really bothering with that at the end, to be honest, but well, we survived. Alright. Good. I hope you liked it. I hope it was worth it. Hope it was worth those Twitter likes. But yeah, as I said, might have said to Strycer earlier, this would be it's such a cool concept. This would be a really good game with like the NES engine and fast weapon switching. You can do like a lot of crazy stuff in this. Like you don't have to change any stages or anything. You just NES engine and fast weapon switching. You can use a lot of weapons. It might even be worth switching weapons between stages then. But too bad.
Yeah, it's really a cool concept. A lot of people don't necessarily know about Wily Wars in general, or the fact that even though it's Mega Man 1 to 3 plus Wily Tower, it's supposed to be all new events. The idea is supposed to be that Wily found a time machine and went back and literally made all the same mistakes that he did in the exact same way before for some reason. And then Wily Tower happens, and that's kind of like the summation of all of it. But it's honestly, it's a fun game in a quirky way. I recommend people checking it out if you like Mega Man and you want something different. And yeah, it's jank. It's not at all like the NES games. If you're expecting that, you're gonna be sorely disappointed.
Yeah.
But it has its own little quirks.
I think like even though you can choose from all the items, which would be like really exciting in a speedrun, you still end up with Magnet Beam most of the time and Rush Jet, because Rush Jet is like the only one that's as good or maybe better than the NES version.
Yeah.
Rush Coil is fine, and then all the Mega Man 2 items are terrible. Like item 2 is very slow. Item 3 I don't think anyone ever uses anywhere, like either this or Mega Man 2.
Yeah, a lot of the Mega Man 2 gear is nerfed compared to the NES counterpart. Like even the weapons themselves, like Metal Blade not being that great, it's not as spammable or as high damage in any way, shape, or form. They're very different games than the NES counterparts, like right down to the weapon usage. Like if you side by side a run of 3 NES and a run of 3 on Wily Wars, like you're gonna see completely different things. That's part of what makes it fun, I guess. But yeah.
Mega Man sucks at catching Wily. What can I say?
It's playing more into the fact that it's like the Dr. Robotnik-esque end, because he's even chasing him down at the end after, like Sonic normally would, which for some reason we never discussed the fact that Sonic can't catch an old chubby dude.
Anyways, yeah, I think we're done here. It's been enough Wily Wars for one day.
Thanks, thanks for having us. It was very much appreciated.
Thank you very much for showing that very special game, to put it mildly. We are going to have a short break and we'll be right back with a run of Jet Set Willy by Digital Duck. So stay tuned, and we're giving you some time to process what you just saw. Again, thank you very much for submitting and showing that game.